Zolani Tete's, I, I don't know if I can call it an assassination because I don't feel like it was a robbery. We don't have like the full details. Like the reason for what happened has not necessarily been released. Although there have been arrests, I think they arrested 4 people, right? The saddest part about this situation is how normal crime is in South Africa. I stream. I do like sports streaming. I have a channel, an MMA channel, with like 18,000 subscribers on YouTube, right? So I was streaming over the weekend and we were speaking about crime. Like I was speaking to this guy from the UK, and another guy from the United States, and there's another guy who lives in Canada, and we were speaking about crime. Um, and this guy from the UK and the United States were like, dude, like crime in our country, or rather at the very least where he's from, and especially even London, like the UK in general, it's especially when it comes to murder, it's so rare that whenever it happens, it's big news, right? Whereas in South Africa, on a normal day, you can wake up and find a body on your way to work. And it has become so normalized. And I will continue to mention this because I'm a victim of that. My dad was killed in front of 9 people, 10 people, no arrest. Right? And anytime you try to push a little bit further and find out what happened, you get told, do you want to die, my guy? Do you want to die? And it's people who are trying to warn you. It's not necessarily them threatening you, but they're like, dude, you're not gonna, especially when the matter has gone to people like Biggie. I know I've said this a lot of times, but situations like these honestly break my heart because there's so many things that are wrong with South Africa. And the sad part about this whole situation is that a lot of the police are complicit, right? And I'm not saying all the police are complicit. I have a friend who's a police officer, and my friend is like a good person, right? Obviously, I don't know. I'm not there with him all the time, but I've spent enough time with him to know that I know he's going to try to do his best to do the best job as much as possible. But unfortunately, the vast majority of the police officers, and not just police officers, you see cases of judges being accused of bribery. You see so many things that I feel like are destroying the country. And when it comes to things that matter, like for example illegal immigration, we can't even solve those issues because corruption is so bad. I remember even during that stream that I'm talking about, this guy was basically saying things that were so difficult to dispute that it was embarrassing. That guy was like, I don't know what I said, and he was like, but in South Africa, I mean, the corruption is so bad. I mean, if you have money, you can get out of virtually anything, right? Which is a lot more difficult in the United Kingdom, right? So hearing things like that from someone who's not even from South Africa, like, and this guy has never been to South Africa, by the way, but the fact that this is something that's known globally, it's no wonder there was a guy in the United Kingdom who killed his family, and then he ran to South Africa. Like that's the information that's out there about our country, and it's so heartbreaking. Man, I feel bad for Zolani's family. It's different when someone passes away gradually, like they get sick, and then over time, you have the opportunity to make peace with it, as opposed to waking up someone is perfectly fine and then tomorrow they're gone. And it sucks, man. At least if it's an accident, it's better. Like to know that someone made a decision, okay, this is where your life ends. And the sad part in South Africa is that maybe Zolani might get justice, but in South Africa generally, people usually never really end up getting arrested. And even if people get arrested, we arrest the trigger pullers and not necessarily the people who ordered the hit, right? And I know I complain a lot, but it's because I love South Africa. I love South Africa so much, and it honestly breaks my heart because at some point you feel like, is it safe to raise kids here? You know, that's part of the reasons why I don't have kids yet. I still do want to have kids, but it concerns me, whether boy or girl, it concerns me that you have to raise children in this type of an environment. Um, Other people have done it, but man, maybe I'm paranoid. Um, this is honestly sad news. Zolani was a record holder. Actually not was Zolani is the record holder. He has the fastest knockout in championship matches in boxing history. Um, like that's like it's a Guinness World Record. So I feel bad for his family, man. Something needs to change in South Africa, like for real.